Okay, so we have already learned the distance formula, right? So we learned the distance formula, we learned the section formula, we learned the application of both of these, and how to find the area of triangle, that we also learned. Using the same, how to prove the collinearity of three different points or two different points, we have already learned. Okay, so let us see some of the applications for today. Okay, so the question is that, if the first question we are taking like that in the revision session, that what is the value of k, what is the value of k, that means we need to find k if a, b, c, 3 points are collinear, right? A, B, C, whose coordinates are, let us say, k 2 minus 2k. B is minus k plus 1 comma 2k, and minus 4 minus k 6 minus 2k. So these are the coordinates: abscissa ordinate, abscissa ordinate, abscissa ordinate. Okay, find k if A, B, C are collinear, right? This is the question to us. This is the question to us. What is the value of k? K is equal to what? This is the question. So my dear friends, into this question, yes, it's better now, I think so. Yeah. So into this question, we can see, if we consider A, B, C, A, B, C as 3 points, if they are lying on a single line, then only we can say these are collinear, isn't it? Then the area of the triangle formed by these three vertices A, B, C will be nothing equal to 0, because with these 3 points having collinearity, none of any triangle of ABC could be formed, right? What I mean to say, in such situation, right, हम लोग बोल सकते हैं कि हम लोग ए बी सी ऐसा कोई भी ट्रायंगल नहीं बना सकते हैं अगर ये ए बी सी तीनों कोलिनियर हैं, राइट? समझ रहे हो आप लोग? यानी कि दैट मीन्स when these 3 points A, B, C are collinear, no such triangles will be formed. So can we say that area of any such triangle will be 0? Because this is anyway reflecting that none of this triangle is forming, right? So from here we can say that, just apply the area of the triangle, area of the triangle ABC, which is formed by these 3 points A, B, and C, will be equal to half of, you just remember the formula, x1 into y2 minus y3, isn't it? Just you remember the sequence: 1, 2, 3. So if you are taking x1, it will be y2 minus y3. Just follow this sequence, okay, like this, right? Now plus x2, if 2 is coming, then after 2 3 will be there, so 3 minus 1, y3 minus y1, right? Like this. Plus, what is that? x1 taken, x2 taken, after that x3. If x3 is there, after 3 which is coming first? 1, so y1 minus y2, right? y1 minus y2. Using this formula, when you put up all these vertices, x value of x1, let me put it over here for you once, okay? It will be equal to half of, and area of this triangle should be equal to 0, so just put a 0, big 0 over here, right? And that is equal to half of x1. What is x1 over here? It's k, right? This is x1, this is x1. 2 minus 2k, this is nothing but, oh sorry, y1, y1. This is x1, this is y1. This is x2, this is y2, like this, right? So half of k times is y2 minus y3. That means 2k is y2, ठीक है, यहाँ से माइनस y3 की वैल्यू क्या है, माइनस टाइम्स 6 माइनस 2k, राइट? सो जस्ट राइट इट लाइक दिस, प्लस x2 की वैल्यू क्या है, x2 हमारा माइनस के प्लस 1, x2 इज माइनस के प्लस 1, जस्ट राइट इट ओवर हियर, मल्टीप्लाइड विथ व्हाट, y3 माइनस y1. व्हाट इज y3? y3 इज 6 माइनस 2k, है ना? It will be 6 minus 2k, right, minus y1, that is minus times y1 is 2 minus 2k, so 2 minus 2k, right? I am taking a bar because this is, you can consider this as a bracket, right? Plus x3. What is x3? This is x3, minus 4 minus k multiplied by y1 minus y2. What is y1? y1 is 2 minus 2k, 2 minus 2k minus, what is this, y2? y2 is 2k, so simply write 2k. Now just simplify and equate it, you will get the value of, k, right? So let me solve it, because we already approached the maximum. Step 2 will be going into the LHS, so it will be 0 as it is, and into the RHS we have, you can see, k multiplied with 2k minus 6 plus 2k, right, like this, plus minus k plus 1 can be written as 1 minus k, so just write it, 1 minus k multiplied with this one, 6 minus 2k minus 2 plus 2k, because minus will be multiplying to this, minus 2 plus 2k. You can see here 2k and 2k can be cancelled, right? From here, the next step, minus 4 minus 4 minus 4 minus k, right? So just write it as 4 plus k, taking minus as a common and multiplying over here into this entire bracket. So it will become minus 2k was minus 4k, and minus from here, so it will be plus 4k, and this 2 becomes minus, right? Now this is the expression to us, equation basically, because 0 is already there into the LHS, and just solve it. 2k plus 2k, 4k into k, so it will be 4k square minus 6 into k, that will be equal to minus 6k, isn't it? Plus, solve it only, 6 minus 2, that is 8, 6 minus 2 is 4, 4 into 1 minus k, that is 4 will be multiplied with 1 will become 4, and 4 into minus k becomes minus 4k, right? Plus, when you multiply this 4 plus k, when you multiply this 4 plus k into 4k minus 2, 4 multiplied with 4k will be 16k and minus 8, right? And k into this will become 4k square minus 2k, right? Now this is the equation with us, just solve it to find the value of k, which is asked in the question, right? So here you can see minus 4k minus 2k minus 6k minus 6k and minus 6k, that becomes minus 12k. So minus 12k, I'm just considering this point, this k options, minus 6 minus 4 minus 10 minus 2 minus 12, minus 12 subtracted from 16k, it will become 4k only, 4k only will be left, and here 4k square and 4k square, this will give you 8k square, right? 8k square. And when you see the constant terms, minus 8 plus 4, this becomes minus 4, right? So we have, when 4 is taken as common, right, we will be having, you can see this is a quadratic equation which is formed. When 4 is taken as common, then we have 4, no, 4 is taken as common, so it will become 2k square plus k minus 1 equal to 0. This implies this is a quadratic equation which is formed. Now just solve it. When you solve it, right, just you can see minus 2, so it can be minus plus 2k minus 1. So it can be, the middle term can be splitted, and this k can be written as 2k minus k, because 2k minus k will become k, and when you multiply it, it will become minus 2k and minus k, it will become minus 2k square minus 1 equal to 0. What we did, we just splitted the middle term k into these two terms. Hello my dear friend Kepler, more maths? Yeah, actually board examinations are nearby, so we are doing a quick revision of some good questions. Okay, how the steps are coming like this, right, Kepler? So it will give you, when you see, when you just make a pair of these two and the last two, this one, right, you will be having 2k as a common, and we are left with k plus 1 inside the bracket, and when minus 1 is taken as common, you have left with k plus 1 inside the bracket, right? So this will give you, when k plus 1 and k plus 1 both are taken as common from these two, then we are left with k plus 1, and inside the bracket it's 2k minus 1, that is only left, right? So the question was that what is the value of k for which these 3 points becomes collinear, right? So just this will give you the value of k when you equate k plus 1 equal to 0, and when you equate 2k minus 1 equal to 0, these two terms I'm saying, this one and this one, this first one will give you the value of k equal to minus 1. This is one of the answer. And the second value of k from this 2k minus 1 equal to 0, when we equate it, this will give you k equal to 1 by 2. So these are the two values of k which makes all these 3 points collinear, right? So we have seen such questions, my dear friends, we have explained. So this can come, that means any of the, maybe any of the abscissa or ordinate, that means x coordinate or y coordinate, x1 y1 x2 y2 x3 y3, any of the missing items can be there, and it could be given into the question that if these 3 points are collinear, then find the value of that missing items, whatever it be, any of the coordinates. Or it can be like this, the second question can come like this: any of the any of the uh, any of the variable can be introduced between uh, any of the coordinates, and it has been asked. So I'm telling you again, into the language, अगर देखो इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं जिसमें कि ABC 3 पॉइंट्स हों, जिसके डिफरेंट कोऑर्डिनेट्स दिए हुए हों, एक्स और वाई कोऑर्डिनेट्स, x1 y1 x2 y2 x3 y3, राइट? तो इसमें कोलिनियरिटी के ऊपर इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं कि भाई चलो, अगर ये फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल फर्स्ट टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन में तो सीधे वैल्यूज़ दिया रहेगा और उनको प्रूफ करना पड़ेगा कि कोलिनियर है। कोलिनियर होने का मतलब क्या है, हम उसे एक ऐसा ट्रायंगल कंसीडर करते हैं जो कि पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, जो बन ही नहीं सकता। क्यों नहीं बन सकता है? क्योंकि जब ये तीनों एक लाइन पर रहेंगे, जब ये कोलिनियर होगा, तो डेफिनेटली ऐसा कोई भी ट्रायंगल नहीं बन पाएगा। दैट मीन्स ऐसा कोई भी ट्रायंगल नहीं बन पाएगा, दैट मीन्स ऐसे किसी भी ट्रायंगल का एरिया क्या होगा, जीरो होगा, राइट? इसको ये हमारा ये स्टार मार्क है, ये हम लोग को समझना है। ये हम लोग को समझ में आएगा तो कोलिनियरिटी के कोई भी क्वेश्चंस बन जाएंगे। ठीक है, ये पार्ट क्यों होता है ये हमें समझना जरूरी है ना? अब यहाँ पे x1 इंटू वाई, ये फॉर्मूला आप लोग जानते हो, है ना? एरिया ऑफ द ट्रायंगल, दिस वन। सो वी आर नोइंग ऑल दिस। अगर ये जानते हैं तो सिर्फ जानना ही नहीं है, इसके एप्लीकेशंस को भी समझना है हम लोगों को, राइट? अब देखो मैंने इसके एरिया को ट्रायंगल को जीरो कर दिया और ऐसे निकाल लिया। तो एक क्वेश्चन तो ये आ सकता है कि कोलिनियरिटी प्रूफ करना है, अगर इसकी वैल्यू हम लोग जो भी आता है जीरो प्रूफ कर दिए, दैट मीन्स एरिया ऑफ द ट्रायंगल को अगर जीरो प्रूफ कर दिए तो ये काम हो गया हमारा। दूसरा ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है इसमें से कोई भी कोऑर्डिनेट एक्स और वाई कोऑर्डिनेट जो होते हैं ना, जिसको हम लोग एब्सिसा और ऑर्डिनेट बोल रहे थे, इसमें से कोई भी एक वेरिएबल इंट्रोड्यूस कर दिया जाए और फिर वो बोला जाए कि अच्छा चलो बताओ इसकी वैल्यू क्या होगी। जैसे ये क्वेश्चन था, ये हम पे के की वैल्यू निकालनी थी हम लोगों को, है ना। तो यहाँ पे देखो फाइंड के था, याद है ये वाला, तो हम लोगों ने के निकाल लिया, है ना। ये के कैसे निकाला, इसको सॉल्व करते गए, ऐसे ही इसी फॉर्मूला पे रखा, देखा कि क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन आ गया है, उसको फर्दर सॉल्व किया एंड देन हम लोगों ने देखा कि के की दो वैल्यूज निकल के आ गई, है ना। सो वी कैन सी कि ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं। ओके राइट, एक और क्वेश्चन मैं बताता हूँ जो कि मैंने आज के लिए सिलेक्ट किया है। दूसरा क्वेश्चन है और वो क्वेश्चन में भी मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा, तो मैं आप लोग के सामने लेके आ रहा हूँ। चलो एक बार ये क्वेश्चन भी कर लेते हैं क्विकली, है ना। ये क्वेश्चन क्या है, ये क्वेश्चन क्या है, इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन आ सकते हैं, मैं बता रहा हूँ। देखो एक एक क्वेश्चन नंबर टू विच कैन बी कंसिडर फॉर टुडे, दैट अगर देखो एक क्वाड्रिलेटरल दिया हुआ है तुम्हारे पास, राइट, एक क्वाड्रिलेटरल दिया हुआ है तुम्हारे पास, लेट मी जूम, एक क्वाड्रिलेटरल दिया है तुम्हारे पास, राइट, इसके कोऑर्डिनेट्स दिए हुए हैं तुम्हें, ठीक है। दैट मीन्स इसके कोऑर्डिनेट्स दिए हुए हैं मे बी ए बी सी डी। ऐसे में अगर मान लो इसके कोऑर्डिनेट मान लो 1 2 दिया हुआ है, इसका 3 4 दिया हुआ है, इसका मान लो सी का 5 6 दिया हुआ है और डी का 7 8 दिया हुआ है। सो मे बी दीज आर द फोर कोऑर्डिनेट्स ऑफ दिस क्वाड्रिलेटरल, राइट। So the question can be like this: if these are the vertices of a parallelogram, though it is not looking like, but let us say, right? The question can be like this: if ABCD is a parallelogram, अगर एक parallelogram होता है, वो नहीं दिख रहा है but don't go with the figure, a question can come like this। ऐसा हो सकता है कि अगर ये चारों वर्टिसेस दिए हुए हैं और ये पैरेललोग्राम है, ठीक है, तो हमें पता करना हो कि भैया चलो अगर इसको अगर हम बेस मान लेते हैं ए बी को, राइट, मे बी बी सी को, देन व्हाट इज द हाइट ऑफ द पैरेललोग्राम, what is the value of this height, this can be the question, right? If BC is the base, height of the parallelogram can be, height will be how much, right? Height will be how much. Now we need to see that if this is a parallelogram, right, then definitely this will be a diagonal, right. Then what we can do in such case, we can see there are two triangles, this one and this one, and when you just you can calculate the length of BC by like this distance formula, root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Using this distance formula, you can calculate the length of BC, right? If you calculate the length of BC, then half into base into height can be the area of the triangle. Half into BC into H will be the area of the triangle. And if the three vertices are known to you, then the triangle, area of the triangle can be equated with it. That means this is the formula of the area of the triangle we know. Now we know the formula of the triangle using the coordinates. If you are knowing all the three coordinates, right, x and y coordinates of all the three vertices of the triangle, then use the formula. Which formula? The formula that is half into BC, which is already known, and h will be an unknown to you, and area of the triangle will be equal to half into x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1, like this. Okay, you can use this formula, plus x3, let me squeeze a little, plus x3 into y1 minus y2. This can be calculated, this will give you certain values. You know the value of BC using the distance formula. You calculated the length of BC. You're the base of the triangle. I'm saying for this triangle, right? This triangle, right? And we are going to find this height, right? So half into base into height, you know the value of BC, 1 by 2 is a known value. H will be acting as a variable over here. So what is the value of H? Then that can be easily calculated because you are knowing the value of RHS. You solve it and it can be found out. And in this way we can see the height of such parallelogram can be calculated. So such questions are good questions and it can come in 3 to 5 marks, right? So my dear friend, we can continue this session into the next class, but yes, these are a few basic and good questions which I thought to bring it into the revision class of class 10 board examinations. But these are only the few questions. This is not the limit. Your effort is the main part. Okay. So thank you so much for bringing attention into the class, and just keep on your studies as usual into the full pace, and all the best from my side, my dear friends. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye. Happy learning.